Welcome and welcome back. Today we will be looking at Reddit No Stupid Questions. First post. Does your attraction age with you? For instance, when I'm 50, am I going to be attracted to 50-year-olds? Or am I going to be a 50-years-old creep that's still into 20-somethings? Comments. Yeah. I think the floor tends to rise pretty fast when you're in grade school. 12-year-olds obviously find other 12-year-olds attractive, but just a couple years later that same age range looks like children. Once you reach actual adulthood, that floor rises more slowly, but it does still rise. I can still remember being in my late 20s and realizing for the first time just how young people in the 18 to 21 age range looked. It was a weird experience realizing that people who were obviously physically adults and objectively pretty also looked and felt weirdly like children in their appearance and behavior. It's a weird experience because you never really get that situation for the first 20-something years of your life. For the groups you age out of up to that point, it feels obvious that you would start seeing them as children once they're no longer your peers, because they literally are children at that age. When actual adults start looking like children to you, it kind of knocks you for a loop. It has for me. I just cannot find Tom Holland attractive as a woman on the wrong side of the 30s. He looks like a child. Same for basically everyone that age. Give me some grey-sprinkled Ryan Reynolds, Chris Pine, even Steve Carell. I think any age woman would agree on Ryan Reynolds. I'm 27. I'm rewatching Grey's Anatomy for the first time in years, and I realized the characters I'm attracted to are very different from when I watched at 21. Both physically and personality-wise. It may be skewed because my SO is 31, but apparently my current idea of TV and movie peak attraction is mid-30s. As we grow older, we have more and more experiences making our attraction to others more complex. I would say yes, unless you are a shallow person and grow no depth over your lifetime. The older you get, the younger they look. I'm in my 30s and I'm constantly seeing people in their 20s thinking they're teenagers. Yes, I am 57 and recently fell in love with the sweetest 58-year-old girl on the planet. The physical attraction is still there, and we have EGGS a lot, even though our bodies are not as lean and fit as they used to be. But it is not all that important anymore. Being together with a sweet and wonderful person, feeling connected, feeling secure about each other's feelings, the mutual acknowledgement that you have become someone that is still fun to hang out with. I think this feels so much better than when I was in my 20s. I always liked women in their 30s, now I'm 41, I find women into their 40s more attractive, so yeah, it'll age with you. I think it does. When I was a teenager, I thought balding men were the most disgusting, unattractive thing ever, and I didn't understand how a woman could stay with a man once he lost his hair. Now I'm in my 30s and it doesn't really bother me since it's just something that comes with age. If a guy is handsome and stays in good shape, he still seems attractive to me even if he's losing his hair. Yes, absolutely. If I, 39, now see a young attractive guy, 20 to 25, I automatically think, oh, he's cute, but he'd look really good with about 10 to 20 years more on him. Like, I want to see a more seasoned skin, where you can see signs of having lived a life, like scars out wrinkles. A little bit of grey in the beard. No baby face. I found that my preferences have consistently changed asking with my own age, which I appreciate because it keeps my husband smack in the middle of what I find attractive, or maybe my husband influences what I find attractive in others, who knows? Second post. Why has there not been a country singer to do the halftime show in years? Neither the audience, nor the sponsors, have a bigger interest for country than for pop and hip-hop. A genre that not that many people like would lower projected viewership, which would lower the value of the ad spots, losing them a lot of money. It's much worse than that, even rock acts who have no platform do startlingly better. Even 90s jokes like Limp Bizkit can book major festivals. Korn is on the same row in a festival poster with Lil Nas X. Even rock more than doubles the streams, where 84% of the revenue is generated outside of touring, despite relying on mostly catalog acts. The bro country era decimated the gains started in the 90s and is now undoing the success it was having before. Darth Nevitz explained the reason for the phenomenon better than I ever could. But I feel the need to point out that terms like bro country or frat boy country are critical terms used to describe the genre of popular country acts of the past 20-ish years, like, the old joke was that all country is just a sad person with a banjo. Now, it's all county is a guy getting drunk off of insert brand name alcohol here and then being in awe of XY women, his brand name truck, and Jesus. Didn't Chris Stapleton, radio country and bluegrass artist, just do the national anthem and crush it? I don't watch football, but I think they covered the country fan demographic with Stapleton. He's liked by younger generations of country fans who like the new poppy stuff, as well as people who prefer classic outlaw-style country and traditional bluegrass music. He did very well with the anthem. But that energy he had for that one song wouldn't translate to a whole halftime performance. He not so much a raucous type of act to get the people going. Think for a minute about money. The NFL has already captured the white male 35 to 54 audience. They are going to watch the Super Bowl even without a halftime show. From a marketing perspective, the NFL is aiming to expand the potential market of viewers. Rihanna is extremely popular in the US, but may be equally popular abroad. International viewers will tune in for Rihanna. They won't for a country musician. It's that simple, mostly. I think people who listen to country music are already watching the Super Bowl because they are the type of people who also care a lot about football. The people who don't care about football and are less likely to watch might choose to tune in if someone like Rihanna is doing the halftime show. Of course, this is generalizing types of people a lot, but that kind of generalizing is exactly the rationale that goes into advertising, and the reasons why choices like this are made at events like the Super Bowl. I've been to Super Bowl parties with both groups. The former groups watched and cheered for the games and mostly ignored the commercials and muted and/or were judgmental about the halftime show. Tonight, I was at a party with my neighbors who mostly didn't watch the football game but were interested in the ads, and got very quiet and captivated during the halftime show. So ultimately, I think it's about offering something to both groups to ensure the viewing audience is as large as possible. Modern country is just a random mishmash of like 5 different genres that don't fit together, and you've got mostly forgettable, formulaic, cash-pandering acts making up a big majority of the scene. The greats have all cashed out, and the new kids are all just standing around waiting for that big fatty 90s country paycheck when the market isn't there anymore, and they are not contributing anything meaningful or interesting to the genre. Country hasn't been country since the 90s and somehow just keeps getting worse. Keeps having these weird identity crises where country thinks it's pop or country thinks it's rap, or anywhere in between. So, you end up with this